This video is going to go over the 5 best snipers that you should be using inside Warzone right now after the Season 2 update. If you do enjoy content like this, don't forget to sub to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 50k subscribers. Click the link in the description and subscribe to our second channel. But before we actually get into what are the 5 best snipers, I do want to quickly point out that we made a video a couple of days ago going over the stats for the Vanguard sniper rifles. We broke down pretty much every single attachment in that video and it took us a long time to get all the testing done. So if you do want to see the stats of Vanguard snipers, you can check that out. I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video. But the reason why they're not actually making this list is because after doing all the testing, the bullet velocity and the stats for the Vanguard snipers are still not great, and I would not recommend using them. So let's get on into what are actually the 5 best snipers. So at number 5, we have one of the best bullet velocity sniper rifles in the game, which is the HDR. This is from Modern Warfare, and the build's not really changed much since we used it way back in Verdansk. So you still want to use the mono suppressor for the sound suppression and the damage range, the HDR Pro barrel, and that's going to be the longest possible barrel to use on this one. You do want to get the maximum bullet velocity with this. That is kind of what the sniper rifle is for. Then we've got the tac laser on there for the faster ADS time. We've got the Stalker Scout again for the faster ADS time. And then we've got the focus perk on there as well for the better flinch resistance. Now you can use maybe deep breath if you want to like hold your breath longer or whatever it is, but I do think the flinch resistance perk is going to be more important because there is quite a bit of flinch on these sniper rifles now, and that's including ones later on in this list. And try to reduce flinch resistance as much as possible if and when you can. I do think is really important, so I do think the HDR is at number 5. At number 4, we have the other, probably the better bullet velocity sniper rifle in the game, and we've got the ZRG sniper rifle. Now this gun does have the best possible bullet velocity out of any sniper in the entire game, so if you're looking for the most long range sniper rifle, the ZRG is what you should be looking at using. Now for the muzzle, you need to use the wrap suppressor for the sound suppression, recoil control, and the bullet velocity. Combat Recon barrel is the best barrel when it comes to bullet velocity for the Cold War snipers. Then we want the 5mm laser, which is going to give you the faster ADS time and the aiming stability. Then for the wrap, I use a Serpent wrap. Now that's because the jungle wrap as well as the airborne elastic do not actually help with flinch resistance all that much. If they do, is not really much at all. And True Game Data's done all the testing and stuff behind this, so you don't really want to be going for that because you're kind of just wasting the ADS speed, because the Serpent wrap actually gives you a faster ADS. So you're always going to go for the Serpent wrap when it comes to the Cold War snipers. And then I would usually go for the Bruiser grip for the aiming stability and also a little bit extra movement speed, especially if you're trying to avoid shots whilst trying to take your shots. I think the Bruiser grip's really handy, but some people have mentioned they do like using the 5-round mags, which is also a really good option as well because you only get a 3-round mag in the base weapon. And this is probably one of the best sniper rifles to use on Caldera because the map has a lot of open area and this will allow you to cover that distance with the best bullet velocity. At number 3, we have a sniper rifle that I believe should be higher up on this list, and actually is my personal favorite sniper to use inside Warzone right now, and that is the SPR. So not only is it a Modern Warfare sniper, and you don't get that kind of weird ADS thing that you get with the Cold War snipers, which I don't really like still, by the way, but on top of that, it has the least amount of flinch resistance out of any sniper in the game. So if you're trying to make sure your shot's on target, even if you're getting shot at with an assault rifle, LMG, or just any other weapon, then you'll actually stay on target with the SPR more than any other sniper in the game. And that is something that is really important because that is one of the main reasons why the Swiss and the KAR were so popular back when they were actually pretty much meta sniper rifles. But I think the SPR should be getting used way more, in my opinion. Is my personal favorite sniper. So for the build, you want to use the mono suppressor for the sound suppression and the damage range, SPR 26-inch barrel, it's going to give you the better bullet velocity, tac laser for the ADS time, solo zero optic, and that is because the variable zoom optic, which is the one that's down here, gives you a slower aim down sight time. Plus you don't really need the extra zoom in my personal opinion. I don't really feel like you need that. And then for the magazine, you're using the Norma mags. Now at number 2, we have the Swiss. Now, even though it got a nerf to its flinch resistance, it got buffed again a little bit shortly after that, and now it's at a kind of okay spot when it comes to flinch resistance, and you probably won't notice it all that much if you're sitting on top of a rooftop, picking your shots, but if you are in those kind of 1v1 gunfights where you're playing very aggressive, you're aiming down sights at someone that's got an assault rifle and they're landing a couple of shots, you'll probably find that you miss your shots probably more times than you land them, and that's just going to depend on the skill as well of the player that's using this gun. But like I said, it is a solid sniper, definitely still one of the best aggressive snipers in the game, and like I said, if you're picking your shots well, then you can still do really well with it. So for the build, you want to use the GRU suppressor for the best bullet velocity and sound suppression. For the barrel, you do need to use the combat recon for the best possible bullet velocity. Then the 5mm laser is going to give you the better ADS time. I would personally choose the bruiser grip for the aiming stability and the movement speed, once again similar to the ZRG we did before, but you can go for a larger magazine option if you really wanted to. It doesn't actually con your ADS anyway, so you can go for that if you really want to. And then the serpent wrap, because the airborne elastic doesn't actually help with flinch resistance, so you'd rather take the extra ADS speeds and go for the serpent wrap in this case. So like I said, Swiss definitely a solid option. Last but not least, at number 1, we have the KAR98 from Modern Warfare. Now this gun, once again, similar to the Swiss, actually got a nerf to its flinch resistance. The only difference is this does have the focus perk, which actually does help with the flinch resistance on the sniper, so it pretty much counteracts the nerf that actually took place to this gun. Now, it's still not got as good flinch resistance as it had originally, of course, but it's definitely solid, and that is the change to the overall build. Now the rest of the build stays the same, so sniper scope for the kind of slightly faster ADS time instead of the variable zoom. You do want to use the tac laser for the faster ADS time, 27.6-inch barrel, and the monolithic suppressor. But overall, I do think the KAR98 from Modern Warfare is the best sniper still in the game. It's been the king of Warzone for a long time, and it just has a lot of makings of a really good sniper. High damage profile, fast ADS time, which is not probably as fast as the previous builds that we used to make, but it's still the quickest ADS. And then also on top of that, you get really good flinch resistance as well, and it's a very aggressive sniper. So there are the 5 best sniper rifles inside Warzone at the moment. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to sub to the channel. As we try to reach that goal of 50k subscribers, we would appreciate your help on that. Also click the link in the description and subscribe to our second channel. And we will be making a video on the new Cold War assault rifle when that does drop. I don't know when it's actually coming out, but it's already unlockable in game if you've got Modern Warfare, so we will be making videos on that new gun as well. And thank you very much for watching.